Caterpillar avoided paying more than $2 billion in U.S. taxes since the year 2000. That's according to a congressional report that says the manufacturing company used an aggressive tax strategy to shift profits overseas. A hearing will be held on the issue tomorrow. John Harwood joins us now from Washington. So, John, tell us, what's the goal of tomorrow's hearing?
Well, Carl Levin, the chairman of the committee, has been working with Republicans, John McCain, among others, to shine a light on tax avoidance by American corporations, usually perfectly legal tax avoidance, but things that he regards as loopholes that should be closed. And he's going to try to spotlight some of those with the Caterpillar problems. He's making the argument, and their subcommittee did an investigation that showed that Caterpillar spent about $55 million on advice from PricewaterhouseCoopers that allowed it to avoid those $2.4 billion in taxes. And the subcommittee wants to argue that the IRS needs to tighten up on this. Congress needs to, although that's very difficult to get anything through the Congress, given how divided it is right now.
So I guess you would say that there's low odds that this will lead to any kind of tax reform.
Tax reform is going to be very difficult. You know, both champions of tax reform, people I interviewed in 2013 who said that they were going to each pass a piece of legislation in their chamber. Max Baucus is now the ambassador to China. He quit his Senate seat. And Dave Camp, the Republican chairman of the House Ways and Means Committee, just announced today he's retiring from Congress. And that just tells you that the outlook is very bleak for any kind of bipartisan tax reform.
You know, John, for years, a lot of people, lawmakers in Washington, have been trying to get companies to bring their profits made overseas to the U.S. and invest that money here. Is this at all connected to that whole push?
Yes. And what the committee is arguing is that a shell subsidiary was created in Switzerland that didn't have any real business function, but was solely for the purpose of parking profits there that would not have to come back to the United States and have taxes paid on them. So this is a continuing issue. Both parties don't like it. Both parties have raised questions about it, although their solutions are different. And I do think even though the near-term outlook for corporate tax reform is bleak, over the longer run, this is accelerating a conversation that will probably play out over the next several years in Congress. And who knows, maybe within 5 or 6 years, something will get done.
John Harwood from a very nice-looking nation's capital tonight, where it was snowing yesterday when I was down there. John, good to see you.